Hello, welcome to the new moon, second new moon in Cancer astrology. My name's Donna Page. My website's Loving Light Astrologer. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for subscribing and all those who have subscribed. If you find this helpful, I appreciate if you'd like to just subscribe. Okay, so let's dive into the new moon in Cancer. It's on July 20th. It's very significant because it's exactly opposite Saturn. So the new moon is at 28 degrees of Cancer. Saturn right now is at 28 degrees of Capricorn. So this opposition, it's an opposition. We already had the first new moon in Cancer. It's like the universe says, hey, we need a double dose of understanding what we for our emotional needs. Cancer is about getting really clear about your emotional needs and clearing out anything in your emotional body that is junky, that does not serve you. Any negative emotions, just cleanse it. So chakra cleansing, just understanding yourself. That Saturn part is self-care. It is about being really cognizant of the fact that there are responsibilities. Saturn is a responsibility word. Responsibilities is also a restriction word. That which is restrictive. Saturn rules the material world. So opposite the new moon, which is about home and family and our emotional body and nurturing, there is a demand to really pare down to the essentials of what is most important for you in terms of self-nurturing, self-care. And it includes the responsibilities where you want to respond to life of those commitments, another Saturn word, and that which can go and that which is okay to keep. And ultimately, it's always about being true to your own self. To thy own self be true, that old saying. Okay, what else is going on? When you look at, there's a lot of planetary node vibration. So there's the moon nodes, which have recently switched into the Gemini. The North Node is now in Gemini. So as we go through these new moons and these full moons, we're looking at Mercury, because Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. So the North Node of the moon, where are we being pulled towards? You want to look in your own chart, which house it falls in, but where are you being pulled towards? It's a Gemini sense. Have versatility, have curiosity, learn something new, be open-minded, have different ideas, share different ideas. And every month we want to follow where Mercury is. And this month in the new moon, the Mercury is in Cancer. So it's this double energy, Cancer new moon with Mercury in Cancer. Of course, Mercury doesn't go that far away from the sun, only 28 degrees. So a lot of times it will be in the same sign as the new moon as we go through the year, 18 months actually, but not always. So Mercury in Cancer, to understand how your thoughts impact your emotional body and how your emotions impact your thoughts. So that's one of the signatures to pay attention to. Now, what about the other planetary nodes? We have the planetary node of Saturn on Pluto. So with this year, in January, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, hey, it's pretty simple astrology to say that there's going to be a new start on the planet that has to do with governments and restrictions and political things and this whole sense of a new beginning in Capricorn, which is big business, the way we do business. It came in on the heels of COVID, which is really a Neptune thing, because Neptune rules viruses. But that is how the restructuring is happening. So we're having this double emphasis once again back to, hey, things are really shifting. We're seeing these shifts. We're seeing these changes. And we also have Mars, as you may remember, is now in Aries and will be there until January 8th because of the retrograde motion. And Mars is exactly opposite the asteroid Juno. Now, Juno is well known as the marriage asteroid. It's about marriage, but it's more than that. It's also about when you marry into something. You can marry into a community, right? It's a connection. What are the partnerships? And with Mars energy, and this has been going on, it's continuing, this really, first off, it can mean is that in these times that partnerships that are not in sync, that are not in harmony, that do not especially the emotional needs, your emotional state, honoring your emotional state, honoring how you feel about things, there can be a push-pull. There can be this desire, this Martian energy, Mars, the warrior, to get understood, to be understood in some way, especially because Mercury is involved with this. So there's this desire to have your core of your being, how you really feel, understood. That's very deep. And we also have Venus. She's not exact, but she's also vibrating on her own, very close within the next day of the new moon, vibrating on her own node. And so in Gemini, so there's this pull for friendship. There's a pull for finding, creating, keeping into your life things that allow and nurture your curiosity, your mind, your communication. So that is also going on. This whole signature with this new moon I'm talking about is exactly opposite Saturn. But, the Pluto-Jupiter vibration is part of this too. So this whole, everywhere where you have had this push-pull about change in your life and where you feel blocked and where you have been blocked and where you have been restricted and where you feel out of control and regaining your own empowerment, what you can be in control, has been very, it's like bringing it up to a head right now. We're halfway through the year. We're halfway through when we had this Saturn-Pluto conjunction in January. And one of the ways of manifestation, so I always look at, where's the core manifestation possibility with this, with the element of that we have in this new moon chart. And it comes back down to Neptune, is being able to tap into that higher sense of Neptune, which is that idealism. What's the idealism? What is your vision? What is your being able to fantasize? Being able to have faith and belief in things that you can't quite put your hand on, you can't quite see or know, but they are created first in another realm before they anchor into this realm. So that is one of the attributes that we have with this new moon. We have this beautiful vibration between Neptune and Jupiter, and it also is about reconnecting with your spiritual faith, whatever that means for you. It can be spirit, nature, putting your bare toes in the grass, whatever brings you to that sense of feeling one with the universe. That's just one of the keys that this energy is helping us with, to be able to core down that Saturn demand, that Cancer desire, to core down, to strip down to the bare bones of inner contentment, inner peace, inner fulfillment, and to allow any of the emotional dregs and fears and concerns and worries that might be lingering in your emotional body to let go, and finding a way for you to that works for you. You know, Cancer is a water sign, so it may be getting closer to water in some way, drinking water, programming water before you go to bed, you know, zapping it with your fingers that to bring you dreams, intuition, you know, core intuition. So that is that's in a nutshell. That is the essence of this Cancer new moon. So thank you again for watching, and I appreciate you. Thank you.